Good afternoon, everybody. Guess what? It's Friday. So I am going to teach you how to make your own granola. Okay, so I decided to pull out some granolas that we had hidden kind of in the back of our cupboard, and just to take a look at the ingredients, because granola is one of those items that everyone thinks is healthy, right? We all think granola is healthy. So I found this one, and the second ingredient is sugar. Okay, the second ingredient, and as you know, companies put the ingredients in order of how much is in here. So the second ingredient, sugar. Then I found another one. I'm like, okay, let me check this one out. Second ingredient, sugar. I was like, oh, I'm on a roll. Let me try this one. This is the only other one we have in the house. Second ingredient's honey, but then it goes into sugar. So I was on a mission to try to make a granola from scratch with all natural ingredients that is healthy for you. So over here I have my food processor. In my food processor, I'll put the recipe in the comments below so you don't need to write these down. In the food processor, I have 4 ounces of chopped, I just cut them up with scissors, dates. Now, first time I made this, I didn't realize these had pits in them. So make sure you get the non-pitted dates. But anyway, I have 4 ounces in here in my food processor, along with 1 cup of raw cashews. I would use unsalted. If you can't find raw, that's okay, but at least unsalted cashews. And then I by accident purchased the mega bag of raw almonds that are unsalted, and I put 1 cup of raw almonds in there. Okay, some of the other ingredients that are already in the food processor are a 1/4 cup of 100% pure maple syrup. That's where we are going to get our little bit of sweetness from, along with the dates. Also, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I always recommend that you use pure vanilla extract. I'm a big connoisseur of healthy food. So I looked up vanillas and I found this Mexican vanilla. And you should smell this. It smells so different than regular vanilla. So I actually just got this today, so I put some of that in there, 1 teaspoon. And another thing I found online was this Vietnamese cinnamon. If you could only smell this, it is so, such a strong cinnamon taste. So I threw in about a 1/2 teaspoon of this, because this is the first time I'm using this, and I don't know how strong it is. So that, and then actually, I find this one of the secret ingredients, and that is salt. Pink Himalayan sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon. Just a 1/2 teaspoon. It actually gives it a little bit of a salty flavor, and it's really good, but you don't want to overdo the salt for sure. Also in there, I have 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and 2 tablespoons of ground flax seed. Make sure you choose the ground one, because your body can't digest full flax seeds. It just comes out the other end. So you want to have 2 tablespoons of each of those. Okay, so that is where we're started, and that is already in our food processor. You're going to put the top on, and you're just going to process it to your liking. If you like your granola really fine, then process it away. I actually like my granola kind of chunky, like little chunks of cashews and almonds and all that. So I'm just gonna pulse it here. Oopsie. Well, anyway, I'll have to fix that. The food processor just kind of went. You want to pulse that until it gets to the texture that you would like. Then what you want to do, since I had a little sidetrack with the food processor, you want to add 3 cups of oats. I prefer these love-grown oats or any type of gluten-free oats. This particular brand, this Love Grown brand, is extremely fine already. They're not in the big chunks. So I like to add this in, 3 cups of it, after I process that in the food processor. And then I also add 3/4 cup of unsweetened coconut, shredded coconut. Make sure you get the unsweetened kind, because the sweetened kind just adds a bunch of extra sugar that we do not need. So then you would process that just for a little bit more till that got incorporated. Then you'd bring it out, and then I add 6 tablespoons of cacao nibs. You can also use soy-free, dairy-free chocolate chips, and you want to mix those in with a spoon into your mixture. And then you take your pan, which is just a baking sheet, and I put parchment paper on it, and you put the mixture in the pan and you pat it down with your hands. Okay, pat it down so it's all takes up the whole pan. You put it in the 300-degree preheated oven for 20 minutes, and then you bring it out and you let it cool, and it makes amazing healthy granola where the second ingredient is not sugar. It's kind of addicting. Granola is an addicting item. You want to make sure you measure it out. So in the comments below, I'm going to put the recipe, and I'm also going to put the macronutrients. So the carbs, the calories, the carbs, the protein, and the fat for a 1/2 cup. So you want to make sure when you do eat this granola that you measure it out. I think it comes about to 250 calories for a 1/2 cup, which I think this is 2/3 of a cup for 260 calories, but remember again, it has canola oil in it, and brown sugar, and cane sugar, and molasses, and honey, and sunflower oil, and this process. The recipe that I'm giving you today is all natural. As you can see, everything is just all natural ingredients. So hopefully you'll go to the store this weekend and buy all these ingredients and make yourself some healthy granola, and don't overeat it, and try to stay away from that processed stuff. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.